The other day I was getting out of the shower and I caught a glimpse of my bare ass and I realized there's a lot more dimples down there than there are right here. That must mean that my ass is pretty darn cute. I grew up in a family that was very on the straight and narrow. My parents ran a very tight ship. We had a lot of rules and I followed them all until I was 18 and a half. And then I realized that the other weird thing about my body is that it's an alcoholic. So I had about 3 lawless years where I followed no rules, and I did things like get up from the dinner table, throw up over a balcony, and sit back down and proceed to finish my dinner. I was supposed to be painting a ceiling one day, and I painted the floor. I passed out in a kiddie pool in the front yard of my house at Penn State, and did a lot of things that I wasn't very proud of, but who kind of made me who I am today. And so I am going to share with you how I navigated from very tight rules of my life to no rules of my life to now a couple things that I've come up with as the CommAnnieMents, as I'll call them. Annie's rules for life. So number 1, thou shalt check thyself before thou wreck thyself. So, as Smokey the Bear said, only you can prevent forest fires. And so I will tell you, only you can all prevent yourself from acting a fool. Number 2, thou shalt not open thy mind so much, or thy brain may fall out. So I learned this rule as I went through a lot of different things, and I've been through a lot of things in my life. I've met wonderful people who I may have judged before and have learned now that you can't judge a book by its cover, and you need to just give everybody a chance because they'll probably have something to teach you. Someone's not as funny as it is just a good life rule that I live by. Number 3, thou shalt not eat vegetables on the weekends. Because vegetables suck and weekends don't. Thou shalt turn thy give-a-shitter off and just have a fun life. So I spent a lot of my life really caring what other people thought and did things by everybody else's rules and realized that it's a lot more fun when you just don't give a shit. To just say, want to eat a whole pizza on a first date? Go for it. Want to dance in the street at 4 in the morning? Go for it. Doesn't matter what anybody cares, what anybody else thinks. Which goes into my next one, number 5, thou shalt dance. So I learned when I was 12 at summer camp just the powers of having some key dance moves. So I was at summer camp, we were all together at a big forum, and we were there playing a game show. And the way that you got selected for the game show was if they liked your dance moves. So there was one round over, and I thought it was time to get up, so I get up and I start dancing like this, and going crazy, and then I realized that nobody else is dancing. And needless to say, I got selected. And I also had a 7-year-old boy fall in love with me who didn't eat for a week. He just could not handle the power of my dance moves. So get yourself some dance moves and you'll be golden to go. So number 6, thou shalt not shit where thou eat. So I have been fortunate enough to avoid this in my personal life, but I've seen the effects on several others. For example, if there's somebody who lives across the hall from you that you really like, don't sleep with them, because we're going to have some awkward morning interactions for you. Same goes for work. If you'd like to have some really awkward conference meetings for the rest of your career, just go ahead and sleep with one of your coworkers. It'll do the trick for you. Thou shalt keep thy clothes on, for shit happens when you party naked. I think that one's self-explanatory. Thou shalt not be that girl. So, some of the stories that I told in my Feminine Comic show, clearly I was that girl a lot of times in my life. So just do what you're comfortable with, and turn your give-a-shitter off, but make sure that you keep yourself in check. Remember, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Don't be that girl. The next one is, if you happen to be that girl, thou shalt let bygones be bygones. So, one of the things about this list is that the rules tend to change a little bit. So, they're my rules, so I get to decide what they are, and they're not the same every day. So let bygones be bygones. An example of this is, if I hadn't let bygones be bygones, I would still be lamenting about the turtleneck I was wearing the day I lost my virginity. Just let it roll off your back. No big deal. Again, building off of that, thou shalt not rediscover old lovers. So I think we've all been there and done that. somebody else's treasure. But we don't go digging around in the dumpster for that sandwich you threw out 3 months ago, do you? No, there's no need. Number 11, if thou art invited on a date, thou shalt go, with bells on. Remember number 10? If you don't go and find somebody new, you're going to end up old and alone. So, just food for thought. Number 12, if you happen to find someone that you like, if thou love someone, thou shalt hurry up and show it. So again, this is just something that I live by. I have no ability to hide my feelings. If I love you, you will know it, and I ask you all to accept that, and encourage you to do the same. And number 13, when you find that person that you love, thou shalt be a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed. So those are my CommAnnieMents, and thank you all for listening.